Big news. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson pulled off a landslide victory in the UK last night. That is setting off alarm bells with Democrats here at home. It may be a warning to those who mistake retweets for momentum.
The left, on platforms like Twitter, thought they were building momentum, thought they could win with socialist policies. One commentator today, with a lesson perhaps for America again, saying never believe that Twitter reflects the country.
So interesting. And here's Andrew Sullivan of New York Magazine. Listen to what he tweeted today. One lesson from the UK: if the Democrats don't stop their hard left slide, they will suffer the same fate as Labour. If they don't move off their support for mass immigration, they're toast. Ditto the wokeness. Left Twitter is not reality, says Andrew Sullivan. Here now, Mike Huckabee, former GOP presidential candidate and Arkansas governor, now Fox News contributor. Governor, good to see you tonight. I just think that the take on that is so interesting, given where we have been here.
Well, I think they're 100% accurate of what's happening. A lot of people who would be considered elitist, or the academics, the establishment, the insiders, these are people who don't really understand the working class. And there are three things that are very common. If you look at Donald Trump, Boris Johnson, they're the same three things that also were true of Maggie Thatcher and Ronald Reagan. And first of all, they were strong personalities. Number two, they were detested by the academics, the elites, and the insiders. They were hated, and they were looked down upon. And the third thing that really made them alike, they showed respect for the working class. Martha, I read an article today by a firefighter, union firefighter in the UK named Paul Imberry, and it was brilliant. And he said, these people who are ruling in Great Britain don't understand that people don't just want economic security, they want cultural security as well. They want to be respected for their views, their religion, their communities, the way they live their lives, and they're sick of being looked down on. That's what we're seeing happen, and it is happening in the U.S., and it's why I honestly believe President Trump will be reelected in a landslide next year. Well,
it's going to be interesting. And one of the things that was that said so much about this UK election is these Midland and Northern areas, industrial towns that have voted for Labour for decades. And it has to make people look at that and say, you know, are they coming around to a view that Labour is not working for them? It's not moving them forward. And here's Jeremy Corbyn campaigning. Just watch this at home.
It is a very clear choice. You go down the road with Boris Johnson, a sweetheart deal with Donald Trump, you break off any serious relationship with Europe, or you go down the Labour way of investing in our country, investing to end austerity, and redistributing wealth and power in our society in a way that's never been seen before by any government in Britain.
You know, whenever you hear investing in our people, it means, you know, that we need to all pay higher taxes, essentially. And, you know, that some people think that is the way to go. Apparently, the people in the United Kingdom are going another route, at least this time.
And they're going another route in America. Yeah, the word investment means we're going to spend a whole lot of money, but we got to take it from you before we can spend it. And then he used the term redistribute. What does that mean? It's socialism. And people who work really hard for their own paycheck and want to do things for their family, they don't want to work really hard so the government can take away what they've worked for and hand it to somebody who didn't work as hard as they did. Yeah. This isn't complicated. And just as the Labour Party totally missed it in the UK, I think that the left wing of the Democratic Party, it's not all Democrats, but the leadership and the direction of the Democratic Party is redistribution, investment. That's what they all talk about, and it's going to be their undoing.
Let me just play this from Mike Bloomberg real quick, because obviously this is also a signal to the Democrat candidates. Watch this.
Maybe this is the canary in the coal mine. The public clearly wanted a change in the UK. It's sort of a catastrophic warning to the Democratic Party that you're just going to have somebody that can beat Donald Trump, and that is not going to be easy. Americans want change, but I think they don't want revolutionary change. Beating Donald Trump is going to be more difficult after the UK election.
Interesting. He used the language that former President Obama used. Americans do not want revolutionary change. They want incremental change. Picked that line, up almost completely from what President Obama said. Does this force Democrats, do you think, to take a harder look at Bloomberg and Biden and Klobuchar?
No, because certainly not Bloomberg, because he's a gun-grabbing, let me take away your big soda guy. And I'm going to tell you something. I don't know where that plays, but it doesn't play in middle America. He better keep that in Manhattan, because it sure won't work in Alabama.
Governor Huckabee, always good to have you here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Martha.
We'll see you soon.